Comes out to the 25-yard line. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both...
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Interception, baby, all day, all day.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down is Minshew. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. That one a pickup of 15 for Jacksonville.
That was a nice... Run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
They'll run on first down. Carson, he'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's put that team on the bus.
Throwing on 2nd down now, Minshew. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
We are seeing 2 really confident defenses imposing their will on these offenses in this game.
Yeah, absolutely, going toe for toe. Just curious if one of these offenses can wake up a little bit.
Is there any way they can find something that can pop, something big to knock them back on their heels? A dime look defensively for the Raiders on 3rd down.
Yeah, you're right. 2 extra DBs out there. So 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Keep playing on.
It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Off the play fake. Clayton, nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Sacked by the outside backer, Telvin Smith. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one's maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a 1st down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Go!
Now a give, right side. Larson. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Down. And Tusa. Ready?
Off the bootleg. Clayton. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 19. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Now a give, right side. It's Larson, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Clayton. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. They got the win last week despite not having any interceptions. Trying to come up with one there, could not. But there's a stat category called PBU, pass breakup. That's important too, and they got one.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it because at least you're there, knocking the ball away. Offense isn't possessing it, making plays downfield. And you just continue to harass the receivers, harass the quarterback, and maybe the big play does occur down the road.
This is taken at the 3. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all or nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. So the big play gets them across midfield now for 1st and 10. Minshew, 1st and 10. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try and make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now in Jacksonville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. It'll be Minshew again. Here's Carson with a catch out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 23. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
And not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the fourth. From the gun, Minshew to throw. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Hey, exit.
Minshew sets to throw. That's complete into the hands of Carson. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 8.
The Jaguars on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. Out of the gun is Minshew. And he's got his tight end, Oliver. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
First and 10 at the 13-yard line.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Carson. And this play goes nowhere, losing yardage back to the 15. Calling a loss of 2 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and 12.
At the 15-yard line.
Set, ready? 60 outlaw.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check.
Now.
They run again with Carson. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
We've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit, make it more of a space game, and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Here's Minshew. And that is incomplete.
Another good drive, Charles, but it looks like another that might end in a field goal try.
They've made some nice plays. They've given themselves opportunities, but as you noted, another field goal attempt coming up. And that's not how they want to end drives. They've got to figure out what's the final touch that they need to push it across the goal line.
Yeah, still yet to find the end zone.
Well, you talk about clutch. That one was right down Broadway, and this game's all even here in the 4th.
Yeah, he didn't leave any doubt, did he? Good snap, good hold, dead center. Almost like a big-time golfer in a major, firing at a pin from the fairway, trying to win the tournament going down the stretch.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. And again this time to the tailback. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 40. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Getting down to the good stuff, all tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now on 2nd and 13, Minshew. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
At their own 33-yard line.
Let's go.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Raiders.
Ready?
Throwing on first down. Clayton going to take a shot for Gallup. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
Hey.
Now a give, right side. Larson, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Ready? 56. Check 56. Hey, come on. Hey, back up. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Here, one. Now.
On 3rd down, Clayton. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 38-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. On first down, Clayton. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I got you.
Throwing again. Clayton. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Hey, Steve 6.
56. Mux 56. Hey, check.
Steve Griffin.
Operating from the gun. Clayton. And he fends him off. Flush to his right. And the pressure gets to him again. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this for everyone who's watching the game? How much fun is it for us to see this one get an extra period to get settled?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
The Raiders take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd...
Under pressure, and they got to him again. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Josh Allen, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Back to throw. Clayton. He sets to fire deep. Oh, so close but incomplete. Could have been a big turnover in overtime if he'd held on. Instead, though, it's 4th down. Here's Cameron Johnston now, on for a very important punt here in overtime. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Returning it is Moore. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Yeah, part 1 is done, now part 2. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he almost had it. Would have been a big interception here in OT. Instead, it'll give him another shot on 3rd down. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. A big call here in overtime. They're going for it on 4th down.
Go. Get it.
On 4th down, Minshew. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on 4th down, this is a big call. So the contact came before the ball got there, and the flag is thrown.
Timing is everything, isn't it? And it's so hard to cover these great receivers. They have such great body control, and they can fake you out. In this case, as you described, got there before the ball got to the receiver.
Ready.
Penalty flag had to come out.
They can't hang with us. Hatchet.
Blue draw Corkers. Snap.
Caught here by Conley.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Here we go. 10 logo. Silent, 64, weak.
This is Carson. Overtime with less than 2 minutes to play, and we are still all time. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Watch tight end. Tight right. 4 down. Check. 4 down. Pick the edge.
Go. Protein spill. Hey, orbit.
Hey.
5.
They'll set up to throw. This one caught by his tight end, Oliver. And he's able to get it to the 31, and that's enough for the first. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. On first down, it's Carson, and he'll get about 3 as he's brought down to the 28.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
22-jet bomber, 22-jet bomber.
On second down, Minshew. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Now another timeout called for by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on third down. Now a give, right side. Carson, and he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's 4th down.
Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. That's their 2nd and last timeout here in the overtime session. We'll be back. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Raider D, they get the football back. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on off.
And got his man complete. Well, how about this? The very, very rare tie that we just witnessed. Hard to believe.
You don't see it very often. A bonus period of football, yet both teams go home a little bit unsatisfied.
I just wanna be her for your mom to your pop to the beat. Cut right off on the curb.
like I'm Barry Sanders. Chains on and the diamonds dancing. Game on, so it's time to go. When the rain starts, I'ma let you know. Name a squad that is better though than my home team. We a pot of gold. I'm a dog. I'ma need a bone for my whole team. I'ma let it go like blah. Yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? In the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like what? Whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like yeah, in the field like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah. You don't want problems, you don't want smoke, no, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want problems. No, I say you don't want problems, you don't want smoke, dog, you don't want. Yeah, I've been so my frustration, I was waiting to shine. My father taught me don't be soft, so now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Masterpiece, my masterpiece, that mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't ratted. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't pound it surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bump it. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like yeah, all day like yeah, all night like yeah, whole squad like what? And it feel like